Welcome. I'll be reacting to the movie Legend. This was recommended by so many people in the comments. Thank you. Remember, this is not a market substitute. Please support the original. Ooh, an opening crawl. Unicorns? There are unicorns in this? We got the synth music going already. I sometimes wonder if these older movies would really benefit from just having a new score. From the sound effects, I'm extrapolating this is a bad character? Yikes. Lord of Darkness, I presume?
I sit alone.
You have minions everywhere, you're not alone. If you treated them as equals and maybe just talked to them instead of whipping them, maybe you wouldn't be alone.
I am not the most loathsome of my Gandhi's frail.
Okay, I can't help myself. Look at this. We have a massive champagne trumpet flute next to the biggest Bordeaux glass I've ever seen. This guy may be evil, but his drinking game is on point. This must be Lily, according to the opening crawl. That's weird. This set is so gorgeous.
Please, if you hear.
It's like a very young Radagast the Brown or something. Oh.
As long as they roam the earth, evil can never harm the pure of heart.
I would do the same thing. Don't get angry. I mean, who wouldn't want to go pet them? Is that a poisoned arrow?
I only wanted to touch one.
Yeah, go easy on her, come
Where's Tom
on.
and Bat?
Oh, the visions she saw earlier in the clock, everything turned to winter.
Yeah, tell us how you do those tricks.
Quite easy, actually.
Is it the unicorn horn? Because if she could get a hold of it, she could maybe do something. I don't know what, but she'd have some magic. Fairfolk?
Do you think you can upset the order of the universe and not pay the price?
We meant no wrong.
Don't you be forgetting me.
The kid playing Gump is doing a great job. Oh. It's so beautiful, but also terrible. Is there a way they could restore the horn onto the original unicorn? Would that help?
We must get the Alicorn back. Only then will the world return to normal.
Mm-hmm. Dragon Horde? Hopefully Sans Dragon. It's upgrade time. Level 12 armor. I think I've been paleo too long because that dinner looks really good to me. I love how everything he says rhymes in some way.
Please. It was only a joke.
There's a mummy in this. This is awesome.
Adios,
Oh. Uh-oh. Get out of here. I gather they had no pants in the magical grotto.
When evil, the wicked,
Isn't he freezing?
sacrifice.
Not ominous at all.
Disturb these red buckle bones.
Yes. Jack. They call me Jack now.
Being polite is actually a really good plan. I'm a little biased towards magical water beings, but I really think he could have talked her out of it. Oh no! They have the unicorn now? Come on, Lily, you got this. Maybe there's some weapons up there. Go grab some weapons. You guys really need to stop shouting as you're trying to secretly sneak into the evil palace. This is seriously reminding me of Silverchair right now. The old one with Tom Baker. Has anyone seen that? When they get thrown down into Underworld?
Brothers!
Well, that's a plot twist.
How dare you keep such secrets? They're mine to keep.
Also, side note, Una, if that's really her name, is a famous character from Edmund Spenser's Fairy Queen, which I assume is the reference here.
Call that a kiss.
No, I
Good.
can't. No, this is just more fairy glamour.
I do like how they're doing the fair folk in this one.
Terrible sight for a silver man.
Terrible sight for a silver man. Don't split the party, guys. D&D rule number 1. Una, you really need to stop her. What happened to her dress? It's completely in rags now. The costumers in this film were like, you know what? Pants are overrated. Let's just get rid of all the pants. No pants in this film. No pants. No pants. Sorry, it's just funny. I think what she really wants right now is a brush. But I guess diamonds are a girl's best friend. You have to fight it. Come on, you have a big box. Bash her over the head. And I can't really blame her. I'd probably start dancing too. But I would first bash her over the head. I'm not gonna lie, she looks spectacular right now.
Does the gun not please you? I require the solace of the shadows.
Same. That is a lot of cheese. I have to admit, the goblins had it right, because when you make a hand-raised pie, you don't want to pre-cook the meat because then it dries out and it's disgusting. And the reason it was hard for him to get out is that you need to blind bake the crust to get it a little bit hard to avoid the soggy bottom. So the fact that this goblin had really good cooking skills is the reason he's alive but was also trapped. And I appreciate that level of attention to detail. Okay, now it's really feeling like Silverchair, because the giants were trying to cook them and they were running around the kitchen trying to avoid them with all these huge objects. Oh, I think I know his plan now. He's using the ancient Egyptian method to reflect the light and use the sunlight reflected around to hit the darkness. Steam is a terrible way to go. I'm always burning myself on steam. Because it's so easy to forget when you take a pot off the stove and you just lift it up and you get hit with the steam. Yikes. Let's get this reflection plan in action. Everybody grab one.
My love,
Love?
I kind of feel for him.
eat.
Don't eat the food of the underworld.
I want to kill the unicorn.
Somebody has a plan. He's definitely in love with her if he buys that story. Watch the live stream later.
Jack,
Get the door open.
kill with your blood. She means to do it, Jack.
No, she doesn't.
One of them.
Una's the real MVP in this movie. Somebody open the door. Oh, cut his arm off. Then take the horn. Yeeted. Oh. That was a really sweet film. It felt like a fairy tale. I don't think it was based on any in particular, but I definitely caught a lot of themes that you generally see in those kinds of stories. So it fit right in with things like Snow White. The locations and sets are really where this film shines. They were spectacular, and I wanted to visit most of them, or in the case of that evil castle palace thing, they were gruesomely amazing. So I could definitely tell a lot of budget was probably put into this film, and I think that's why it basically holds up. I wasn't really on board with the main romance plot though. I wasn't getting a lot of chemistry between the two of them. They were great characters individually, I just didn't buy that they were really in love. There was more chemistry between Lily and the Lord of Darkness, to be honest. That being said, I think this was a lot of fun. Really well done. It definitely has that cheesy 80s action adventure, but that's not a bad thing for me. As long as I'm aware of it going in, I can just flow with the craziness. The style of this really felt to me like a Narnia movie, but done by the crew of Xena. And considering the fact I love Xena and Narnia, this was great. The main thing that brought this film down a little bit to me, this is just my opinion, is the score. It's just so synthy and 80s. I would love to see a more classic orchestral score or something even more experimental, like go the opposite direction. I think that would really bring up the quality and the tone a lot. Music is a large part of why I enjoy or not enjoy movies, and I felt like this one fell flat on the musical soundtrack side of things. Then you have films like Prince of Persia that are probably terrible films, but I didn't even notice because the music is so good. It makes any scene seem like it's perfect. So that's kind of the opposite end of the scale. In this case, you had a pretty solid film with a bad soundtrack. Prince of Persia, you had a kind of meh movie with an amazing soundtrack. And if we could just combine the two of those, then Legend would really be a great film. As always, if you have any old movies you would like me to react to, leave them in the comments. I'll add them to the list. You can also follow me on Instagram, Twitter, etc. at Alexa Chipman, same as here at YouTube. Until next time, don't saw off any unicorn horns.